My name is Jackson Geelish, and I am an accounting major.
My name is Logan, and I am a mathematics and accounting major.
And I'm Kyle Foss, and I am also an accounting major.
And the three of us are currently interning here at Kernutt Stokes.
It was just a good opportunity to take what I'm learning in the classroom and bring it to the real world.
I had to do an informational interview for one of our classes at Bushnell, and so I reached out and got in contact with somebody here, and that led to talking about it, and I was inspired, and so I decided to apply for the internship.
The difference between the classroom and the actual job is night and day. You can spend 4 years in a classroom and you're still gonna have to learn the basics of the job, and so Kernutt Stokes did a really good job to treat us almost as if we hadn't learned the basics.
Patience and trial and error. Repeat. That's all. That is the biggest part of learning here, is just getting something wrong, going to ask for help, and then trying to do it again without going back and asking the same question.
Getting past that beginning of man, I don't know what I'm doing and I feel really vulnerable. That was definitely the hardest part.
I feel like each return that I'm doing, I have a little bit of an accomplishment in it, because yes, at first, initially, everything is brand new, and then you learn one thing on that return. You learn one thing on the next return, and it just kind of adds up to where you build this base of knowledge where it starts to become more comfortable.
Yeah.
Getting through training was the hardest part, and then going from one return to the next, to the next, to the next, and trying to remember when you send in the first return, you're working on the fourth return, and then the partner sends back the first return with open items and things that you need to fix, trying to go back and remember all the things of oh, this is what they want, this is where it's coming from, and just entering it in correctly is one of the hardest parts.
Initially, I thought once I graduate college, I can't wait to get out of Eugene. But this internship has been so awesome. I'm like, okay, I definitely need to reconsider, because it's just a solid company. They got 33rd on the top 100 companies to work for in Oregon. It's reshaped my plans for the next 5 years, probably, of my life.
Going into the field of accounting, there's a little bit of assumption that maybe it's boring or it's not super engaging. I personally was a little bit worried, because I'm a very relational person, that maybe it wouldn't be quite engaging enough in that way. But through my experience here, I have found that everybody here has been super kind. They do fun things like play shuffleboard over there. They just make sure they're really well taken care of, and they value that life balance that I wasn't sure that you might find in this field. And so that has kind of affirmed my concern.
You don't have to be afraid. We have a lot of fear about man, what if I really waste my life by wasting all this time doing something that I thought I'd like and now I don't like it. That's gonna be our whole life. If you have the opportunity, take it and bring it to God. Trust Him, and you have support. You usually have people around you, and don't try and do it alone.
Don't give up when you're starting. Even if it's really, really hard, just keep pushing through, because eventually it's either gonna get easier or you're gonna handle hard better, and you're just gonna get a lot better.
It would have been very difficult to fit this internship into my class schedule, but because that it is a class and it adds to our requirements of major, then it made me a full-time student, while also simultaneously being able to get experience in the workplace that I have found very valuable.
The internship, although it is a class, it is way more than just a class, because you get to actually work where you are thinking you might want to work. I like that it's helping me reflect on my time, and now I can make the decision before I graduate.
I feel a lot more confident, because I came in to school not knowing what I was going to do, jumped into accounting. I'm I don't even know what this is still. And so coming here, it's okay, here is one fraction of everything else I could do. But I know this one fraction really well. It's okay, this is what the tax work of a CPA looks like. Kernutt Stokes also offers forensic accounting. All of this I can go into and be okay, get a huge concept of what is accounting, and that's what I like about this internship.